So since 1973, Taskforce has been assisting people who suffer from significant disadvantage, whether that be with a drug or alcohol problem, an incarceration issue, mental health issue. So we help youth, we help families, and we help individuals. So we do work right across the scope.
I met up with Corinza from Taskforce. She gave me a couple of very roughly written stories based on real people that they'd obviously looked after, helped, assisted, and I had to take those two stories and turn them into screenplay form.
As non-for-profits, generally operate on a shoestring budget, you can't bring in contractors every time you need something done, and there are a lot of little things that we've needed done over the years. We've had script writing, which Sally helped us out with. We had some financial advice that ended up that person took on a board position within our organisation. So we've had a wide variety of different skilled volunteers. You can get normal volunteers who can help you with your day-to-days, but generally skilled volunteers are really important and crucial to the ongoing success of Taskforce. So after Taskforce put up a wish on the Good Company website, somebody will apply. From there, what I like to do is actually make contact with them, have a chat with them over the phone and organise to catch up with them for a coffee. We sit down, we look at the actual role, and we see whether they have the time commitment in comparison to the role, because it can always be broken down into smaller chunks so that you can really utilise your volunteers to the best of their ability, because you don't want a situation where you ask too much of your volunteer, you don't get what you're asking for, everybody ends up unhappy. If you can sit down and work out exactly what time that person has and what it is they wish to do, sometimes you'll find out they actually have a lot more to offer than what you originally applied for anyway.
I picked it because I've got a master's in screenwriting, and I had actually, done a screenplay on social issues which I think didn't work, and to actually do it on real people's stories where they worked was extremely satisfying and enjoyable. It was actually a highlight of 2009 to 2010 to actually help people and use your creativity. It was just, an absolute highlight.
So once we've actually gotten clarity on what we want the skilled volunteer to do, from there I make sure that I keep in touch with them. I make them feel as though they're part of the organisation. I like to bring them in, introduce them around to people so that they know that they're actually providing a really imperative service to our organisation, and we're all very appreciative of it. Yeah. And then we follow right through to the completion, at which time they get thanked, they get mentioned in our annual report at the end of the year as a skilled volunteer, and that goes out to all of our supporters. Even though Taskforce is based in the southeastern of Melbourne, we have actually utilised skilled volunteers from interstate. For example, we had to put together an annual report and we needed somebody to do all of our layout. We put a wish up on Good Company website and we were granted that wish from somebody in the Hunter Valley. So it was all done online, and the constant contact between our IT manager and the skilled volunteer, and we ended up producing a beautiful Wizard of Oz annual report. With the volunteers, the skilled volunteers that we utilise, we find we either have a single day, so where somebody comes in, for example, we had somebody from NAB come in who is a very technical person and did photography for our Moorabbin launch for our new building. Other volunteers will do it differently. They'll actually blend it into their work day, and it could be that that's what they do for work. We were looking for people to help run an event, and these were event managers working out in corporate world who could actually spend some time during the day and source information from their current day's work to assist us to develop our event.
I think number one is give yourself plenty of time. The second one is, I was actually quite scared when I went for the position. I wasn't sure that I was up for it, I could do it, but in the end I could. So I think if it's a skill you've learnt 20 years ago or last year and it might be a bit offbeat, whatever, have a look online and see if you can use it to help someone.
You need a lot of flexibility when you're working with volunteers because they have, very busy lifestyles, as we all do. Everybody's life is so busy at the moment, and often your job will pull you away from what you really want to do, which is the volunteering. Volunteering pays their soul, it doesn't pay their rent. So we have to be really aware of that, things can get in the way, things do get rescheduled. Just stay on top of it, make sure that you understand when they have a hiccup. Often it will seem like the end of the world to the volunteer. Just let them know that it's okay and that you understand that these things happen, because really we are getting a free service, so we have to be aware of that. And we all run on shoestring budgets, so it's best just to allow them that little bit of time that they may need, because you'll end up getting the job that you really want done. Volunteering pays their soul, it doesn't pay their rent.